Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of Southern Woods and Waters. I hope you're all inside nice and warm this evening. I know it's mighty cold outside today all day long, so hope you're in together with your family tonight enjoying the show. I've got one that we're bringing to you that I've looked forward to doing ever since we did it last year, and we were able to go back to West Tennessee and help guide for the Hope Outdoors organization down there and take some people hunting. We had a lot of hunters came in that weekend, and not only were we able to witness to them, but we're also able to take them hunting and feed them. It's just a great event all the way around. So I was able to take a hunter out. Anthony Landreth was able to take a hunter out. J.R. Sweat, Courtney Smalley, there's quite a few of us were able to go out and just had a great time. So tonight we're going to share a couple of those hunts with you in that event, but also I'm joined in studio tonight by my buddy Dayton Blair. He's in here with me. We're going to talk a little bit of fishing later as well. And over here beside him is Tyler Breedon. And I was fortunate to be able to guide Tyler this year and take you after your first deer.
Yes.
And that was a real exciting event. And then Joey Wenck is here on the end, and Joey is a good friend of Tyler's. Yep. And you took the time, you brought Tyler down to this hunt, and we all got to know each other real well, you know, hunting together, and just had a great time. But looking forward to sharing that experience with you guys tonight. That's one of my favorite ones every year. So we're going to go on over right now, head to West Tennessee, down to Selmer, and get this thing started.
You see, when you begin to see Christ in everything in life, you are experiencing the highest joy of what it means to live a life of faith. Psalm 147, the Lord does not delight in the strength of a horse. God doesn't care what kind of truck you got in the parking lot. He doesn't care the horsepower of that. God doesn't care what you have. He doesn't care what you've accomplished. He doesn't care what your abilities are. He doesn't care about those things. If the psalmist is right, the Lord does not delight in the strength of a horse, nor is his pleasure in the legs of a man. Oh, we always say we want health. If we had perfect health, we wouldn't be here tonight. Praise God that the joy that we have with you who are going to hunt. Praise joy for being able to serve you who come to hunt, because God does not delight in the strength of a horse. His pleasure is not in the legs of a man, but the Lord delights in those who fear him and put their steadfast hope in his love. That's the goal of life.
Guys, we're here in Selmer, Tennessee. We've been up all night watching these storms come through, tornadoes. Our hearts and prayers go out to all those that were affected, overnight last night. Been a lot of people affected here. You can see that the water's up real bad here. It's flooding pretty bad here in this parking lot. We're all fixing to go ahead and start getting out of here. Luckily, the storms have passed by now. And I'm fixing to pull around here and pick up my hunter and get them loaded up and head down towards the farm. And hopefully the weather gets better and better as the morning goes. It looks like the day's going to turn out to be pretty good. And hopefully the deer will move here later. With this storm's been all night, maybe they kind of laid up, and we're hoping they get up this morning and move. So we'll see what happens. I can barely see you there, Tyler. You ready to go hunting this morning?
Yes, sir.
Excited?
Yes.
I'm ready to get you in there. We're fixing to go. morning hunt ended up being pretty rough on us. Winds were really high, temperatures were still pretty warm, but we knew that by afternoon, temperatures were going to be dropping, and so was the wind speed. Didn't see any deer that morning, but we had a great time. Had a really good time getting to know Tyler and his buddy Joey, so we were looking forward to the afternoon hunt. We're going to get out and grab some lunch and head right on back.
Afternoon hunt now. We're gonna get him this afternoon, Tyler?
Yes, sir.
It's gonna happen. Show everybody where we're hunting here. We ain't got fancy dang at windows.
As you can tell in the footage, when these does came out, and we finally had some that were pretty close to being in range for us, we were running out of light, and we were running out of light really fast. So as we're trying to get Tyler set up on this deer, you'll be able to tell that light is fading, and we literally only had minutes of shooting light left to make this happen.
All right, go ahead. Is there another one? Try to line him up if you can. We don't have very long, man. Try to get him on the tail on the right. See if you can see her right there. Do you see her? Oh, shit. We're stopped right there. Now. Reload, you missed. Reload.
No, I didn't either.
Huh?
She's gone. Yes, that's all right.
We're going to see what happened, though, and go down there and look around.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we didn't connect. But the next morning, Tyler was able to go out with our buddy Shane Gardner from the Camo Angels organization, and he was able to take his first deer. I couldn't be more proud, buddy. And thank you, Shane.
You still see him?
Yeah.
No, he's facing you. He's back broadside. You can shoot him anytime you want.
What do you think about it, Tyler?
Good.
How'd you feel when you took that shot?
Feel amazing.
How far did he run?
Not far off, he just dropped.
Good job, buddy.
All right, guys, it's time for this week's Wild Game Forecast. It's being sponsored by our friends over at Wilson Bank and Trust. Now, they've had 28 Middle Tennessee locations serving you for over 30 years, but I want to let you know right now they're fixing to open a brand new branch over in Gallatin, Tennessee. That's going to be a ribbon cutting at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Y'all can get out there and join them, and that is at 1630 Nashville Pike in Gallatin, Tennessee. They're opening yet another branch to serve the community, so be sure to tell them thank you for everything they do for us here at the show. All right, well, your forecast looking pretty good now coming up, except for just really cold, you know, over the weekend, Dayton. It's been, not only has it been cold, it's been windy, and that's hurt you a lot as far as trying to stay on the water too.
I mean, you got rain and snow runoff and everything going on. It's just a big deal right now.
Chocolate milk and blowed out creeks.
Right.
That's that's what it looks like.
So me and Deacon tried to go catfishing the other day. So throughout the years, you'll learn this. As the creek's leaves fall in the creek and the moss settles, the first few rains of the winter push all that out. So when you throw out there with your sinker and stuff, you're going to catfish, you're going to take 2 seconds, it's a wad of moss, and you might as well go to the house. So it's called a washout. So it washes the creeks out, and that's what backfills a lot of places now. A lot of like Old Hickory, all your river systems. Percy Priest, some of them's like that, like Suggs Creek. They probably need to be, you know,
probably need to be some dredging later.
Some dredging later, just to get it back to where it's deep enough to, you know, where some water can move. And
it's. I think the water levels right now too, as they get settled back out, by the end of this weekend, it's probably going to be real good fishing. I know the tailwaters have been great lately, guys. I mean, the lakes, we've been catching a lot of fish on the lakes, but the tailwaters have been
like
really
Center
good place
Hill,
to be.
it's hard to make Center Hill muddy, like the tailwaters.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what they can't been to.
It's hard to make.
It is.
But I mean, like rockfish, trout, sauger, walleye, if I was going to go in the morning, I'd be at Center Hill Dam. The water's up the trees, you can put your boat in. Just be careful where your life jacket. There's a little different area of fishing up there.
Well, guys, we want to remind you to follow us on Facebook. Keep up with us there. We're going to give you updates and let you know what we're doing day to day. We're going to take you along on a rabbit hunt this weekend with us, so be sure to check that out. We'll be back here in just a minute with this week's Pictures of the Week and some more Southern Woods and Waters.